Hey everyone, today we're going to talk about factoring trinomials, and this is when your a value is 1. Let's take a look. So to factor trinomials are always in the form of ax squared plus bx plus c. The number in front of the x squared is your a, the number in front of the x is your b, and your constant is your c. The first step we need to do is create two sets of parentheses like we did up here. So that's done. Now we factor the x squared into x and x in each of these parentheses. Now create a table to list the pairs of factors for the c term. So if you notice, our table is here. We've got negative 48, and we're going to list the factors. So being that it's a negative 48, we have 48 and negative 1, and negative 48 and 1. Then we have 24 and negative 2, and we have negative 24 and 2. Now we've got 16 and negative 3, and we have negative 16 and 3. Then we have 12 and negative 4, and we have negative 12 and 4. Then we have 8 and negative 6, and we have negative 8 and 6. Now we have our factors there. Now we're going to determine which of those factors add up to the b term. So we want to add to a negative 2. So I know that 48 plus negative 1 is not negative 2. Negative 48 plus 1 also is not negative 2, and I keep on going down these until I get ones to add to a negative 2. And I realize my last pair, negative 8 and 6, add to a negative 2. So I place those at the ends of the parentheses. Now to check our work, just to make sure we're right, we can FOIL this. So we have x minus 8, and we have x plus 6. So first, x times x is x squared. Outer, we get x times 6, which is 6x. Inner, we get negative 8 times 6. Negative 8 times x, which is negative 8x. And last, we have negative 8 times 6, which is negative 48. Combine like terms, we get x squared minus 2x minus 48. And notice how when we add these two middle terms, 6 and negative 8, that's where our negative 2 comes from. Adding the 6x and the negative 8. And notice how these are those numbers, the negative 8 and 6 right here. Let's keep going. So we have x squared minus x minus 42. So I'm going to start by making my parentheses. Now I'm going to put x in each. Now I'm going to list the factors of negative 42. So we've got negative 42 and 1, and 42 and negative 1. Then we've got negative 21 and 2, and we have 21 and negative 2. Then we have 7 and negative 6, and negative 7 and 6. All right, which ones of those add up to a negative x or a negative 1x? So I'm going to go through these. I realize that negative 7 and 6 add up to a negative 1. So minus 7, that's a 7, and a plus 6. Let's take a look at this next one. This one has a's instead of x's. It's the same concept though. So we make our two sets of parentheses. And instead of factoring the x squared into x and x, we're going to factor the a squared into a and a. And now we're going to list the factors of 12. So we have 12 and 1, well, those do not add up to 7. And you can go through these and see as you go along. You don't have to list the entire list of factors. If you know the answer, you come to it soon. So I also know that other factors are 6 and 2, and we have 3 and 4. Oh, I know 3 and 4 add up to 7, so it's plus 3 and plus 4. Let's try one more. X squared plus x minus 20. So 2 sets of parentheses. In this case, I'm going to put x in front of each. And now I'm going to list the factors of negative 20. So we have negative 4 and 5. Then we have negative 5 and 4. Wait, I don't need to go any further. Since I'm trying to get to a positive 1, negative 4 and 5 add up to a positive 1. So minus 4 plus 5. So you don't have to go through your entire list. And you can also think of it as, I'm trying to get to a small number here of 1. So I know that these numbers have to be close together. In this case, I don't even need to list the negative 20 and 1. I know those aren't close together. They're not going to get me to a 1. So those I didn't need to list. So you'll also want to think ahead and think what numbers are close together that get me to a negative 20. So, all right, let us know if you have any questions. Have a wonderful rest of your day.